Hello mga bata, halina tayo ay matuto. Welcome to Grade 4 Science, Quarter 2, Week 1, Day 1. Let us first review about our previous lesson. Our activity is all about animal scavenger hunt. For the direction, let us go on an animal needs scavenger hunt. Around the classroom, you will find pictures or objects that represent things animals need to survive, such as food, water, shelter, and space. Your task is to find these items and write down which animal they could belong and why they need it. Once you've found everything, return to your seat and we'll discuss your findings together. Very good. Did you enjoy our activity? So for our discussion, I will be asking a series of questions based on what you have learned. For each question, raise your hand if you know the answer and be ready to explain your response. Number 1. What is one example of an animal's need for food that you observed during the scavenger hunt? Could you describe the food source and the animal's interaction with it? Number 2. Can you find evidence of animals accessing water sources during the scavenger hunt? How important is water to the survival of these animals? 3. Did you come across any natural shelters or hiding places that animals might use for protection? What kinds of animals do you think would seek refuge in these areas? And for number 4, how do you think animals in the environment you explored obtain the air they need to breathe? Can you see any signs of animals using the air for respiration? And for the last number, were there any observations that surprised you during the scavenger hunt, revealing unique adaptations or strategies that animals use to meet their basic needs? Great job, children, on the scavenger hunt. You did an excellent job identifying what animals need to survive and explaining why each item is important. Your observations and explanations were spot on. Now let's have another activity. So for the direction, match the animals with their correct characteristics. On one side, you'll see pictures of the different animals, and on the other side, there are descriptions of their unique traits or behaviors. Draw a line connecting each animal to its matching characteristics. Once you've completed your matches, compare your answers with a partner and discuss why each characteristics fits the animal. Great job, everyone. You've really understood the lesson well, and I'm so proud of how you matched the animals with their characteristic perfectly. Your hard work and focus are really showing. Keep it up. Now, let us now proceed with our new lesson titled The Muscular System. We proceed with our lesson, let us first discuss the lesson objectives within this week. So the learners describe the following human body systems, the muscular and the skeletal system. Number 1, describe the main functions of the muscular system in simple terms. And number 2, explain the role of the skeletal system in supporting the body structure using straightforward language. Our lesson this week. Number 1, the human body system, and number 2, muscular system and skeletal system. I have here prepared 4 videos showing incredible feats of the muscular system. Let us take a look at these videos and let's find out why do we need to improve our physical abilities, posture, strength, and health. Okay, so what did you observe about the video? Very good. How do the muscles and bones work together to support posture and movement? Great job. Number two, what would happen if our muscles and bones were not strong enough to support our bodies? Great job. Very good. So aside from the different activities you see in the video, there are also activities we do in the morning after waking up. Can you tell me what are the activities that you do in the morning after waking up? Very good. What helps you do those activities? Great job. You've all provided a nice idea. Great job, everyone. As we go along with our lesson, let us first read the following words. Number one, muscles. Number two, movement. Number three, posture. Number four, strength. Number five, flexibility. And number six, voluntary. So these are the different words we may encounter as we go along with our lesson. So please be mindful about these words. Again, let us read muscles, movement, posture, strength, flexibility, and the last one, voluntary. We will now be having our first activity in this lesson. This time, I will be dividing you into two groups, and for the direction, each group will receive a set of cards containing terms related to the muscular system. As a group, you will sort the cards into categories and provide simple explanations or synonyms for each term. Each group presents their categorized cards and explanation to the class. And for the reminders before our group activity, each one of you will need to listen to each other, respect everyone's opinions, stay on task, work together, divide the work equally, be open to compromise, ask for help if needed, be kind and encouraging, keep the track of time, and have fun. Fantastic work, everyone. Your presentation was clear, well organized, and creative. You all worked together so well, and it really showed in how you explained the topic. Great teamwork and effort. Well done. In the Philippines, we often help our families with farming and fishing. Our muscles are like the engines that power us through this task. When we plant rice in the fields, our muscles help us dig and carry heavy loads of rice. They also enable us to paddle boats when we go fishing, just like the engine of a boat. Surgeons and ophthalmologists do vital operations to cure their patients. Muscles give us the proper posture, strength, and flexibility to do these important jobs. This time, you are going to perform activity number one, titled The Muscle Mania Understanding the Muscle System, and please answer the guide questions found in the worksheet. Number one, lesson one. So for the direction of this activity, each group of learners will receive a diagram of the human body showing the muscles. The group will label specific muscles on the poster. Examples is biceps, quadriceps, heart, and diaphragm. Using a set of sticky notes or labels and markers, then the group will write a one-sentence description of the muscle's function in simple terms. The group needs to work collaboratively and discuss each other's ideas. So again, a friendly reminders about our activity. So number one, we need to listen to each other, respect everyone's opinions, stay on task, work together, divide the work equally, be open to compromise, ask for help if needed, be kind and encouraging, and keep track of time and have fun. Great teamwork and effort. Well done. Congratulations, kids. Now let us study what are the primary functions of the muscular system. So these are the primary functions of the muscular system. Number one, muscles are responsible for all types of body movement. Skeletal muscles, which are attached to the bones, contract to produce voluntary movements such as walking, running, and lifting objects. Smooth muscles control involuntary movements like the movement of food through the digestive system, while cardiac muscles keeps the heart pumping. Number two, posture maintenance. Help maintain posture by holding the body in a stable position. Even standing still, muscles are constantly contracting to keep you upright. And number three, joint stability. Muscles and their associated tendons help stabilize joints, ensuring that the bones remain in a proper alignment and move smoothly during activities. For number four is the heat production. Muscles contractions generate heat as a byproduct, which is essential for maintaining body temperature. This is particularly important in cold environments where shivering or the involuntary muscle contractions helps generate heat. And for number five is circulation assistance. Muscles, especially in the limbs, assist in the circulation of blood and lymphatic fluid. The contraction of skeletal muscle during activities like walking helps push blood back toward the heart. And for number six, breathing. The diaphragm, as a major muscle in the respiratory system, contracts and relaxes to allow for breathing. Other muscles, like those between the ribs, also play a role in the respirations. So these are the six primary functions of the muscular system. Now, this time we will be discussing about the major muscles in the human upper body. Number one is we have the pectoralis major. This is the largest muscle that helps in movements of the shoulder and arm such as pushing, deltoid. The shoulder muscle responsible for arm rotation and lifting. Num- Number three is we have the biceps brachii. This one is located at the front of the upper arm. This muscle flexes the elbow and rotates the forearm. And for number four is we have the triceps brachii. This one is located at the back of the upper arm. It extends the elbow. And for number five, we have trapezius. This is a large muscle that extends from the neck down to the mid-back and out to the shoulder. It helps move the shoulder blades and supports the arm. And for number six, we have latissimus dorsi. This is a large muscle in the back that assists in arm movements and pulling actions. And for the number seven, which is the last major muscles in the human upper body, is we have rhomboids. Rhomboids are located between the shoulder blades. These muscles retract the scapula or the shoulder blade. So you have it, the seven major muscles in the upper body. Let us now take a look at the five major muscles in the core body. So we are done with the upper body. Number one of the major muscles in the human core body is we have the rectus abdominis, commonly known as the abs. This muscle is located in the front of the abdomen and helps with flexing the spine and stabilizing the body. Number two is we have the External obliques. This one is located on the sides of the abdomen. These muscles help with the trunk rotation and lateral flexion. For number three is we have the internal obliques. So this muscle is located underneath the external obliques. They assist in the same movements. And for number four, we have the transverse abdominis. This one is the deepest abdominal muscle, helps stabilize the spine and compress the abdomen. Which is the last major muscles in the human core body is we have the erector spinae. So this is a group of muscles along the spine that helps maintain an upright posture and extends the back. So there you have it, the five major muscles in the human core body. Let us now take a look at the seven major muscles in the lower body. Number one is we have the gluteus maximus. This is the largest muscle in the buttocks, responsible for hip extension, outward rotation, and movement of the thigh. Number two is we have the quadriceps. This is a group of four muscles located at the front of the thigh that extends the knee. And for number three is we have the hamstrings. This is a group of three muscles at the back of the thigh, biceps femoris, that flex the knee and extends the hip. And for number four is we have the abductors. This one is located on the inner thigh. These muscles bring the leg toward the midline of the body. Is we have the gastrocnemius. This is the large calf muscle that flexes the foot and knee. Number six, and for number six is we have soleus. This is a muscle beneath the gastrocnemius that also helps in plantar flexion of the foot. And for the number seven, which is the last major muscles in the lower body, is we have the tibialis anterior. This one is located in the front of the lower leg. These muscles bring the toes upward. So those are the seven major muscles in the lower body. So that concludes our discussion on the muscular system and its function. You've done a great job understanding how muscles work to help us move and stay strong. And now, let's take what we've learned and organize it with a fun activity. We'll create a concept map of the muscular system, include key terms like types of muscles, their functions, and examples. This will help you visualize and connect all the important ideas we've covered. Let's get started on your map. So for the direction, complete the concept map below by providing the main functions of the muscular system to the bubbles that are connected to the central bubble labeled muscular system. Okay, and for our hands-on activity, direction demonstrate the importance of muscles. For example, you do a simple exercise like push-ups, jumping jacks, or simple dance steps and discuss how muscles are used in these activities. And for your assignment, bring all these materials for our activity tomorrow. Balloons, rubber bands, two for students, and then drinking straw, two for students, and then scissors, markers, chart, paper, or whiteboard, and then label. So it is optional. Okay, so thank you so much for your listening. So do you have any questions or clarifications regarding our lesson today? Okay, very good. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something from our lesson. Nagustuhan mo ba ang aking PowerPoint presentation? Check out our amazing PowerPoint presentation now available. Just message us here in our YouTube channel or in our Facebook page. Whether you're a student, teacher, or just curious, this presentation is packed with engaging content, clear visuals, and useful information. Don't miss out. Visit our pages, watch and share with others who might find it helpful. God bless. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.